Welcome to the Edinburgh Derby Preview here on PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel. I'm Kerry Pollock, joined here with Lee McCulloch and Tam McManus. Let's start off with you, Tam, first. What have you made of Hibs so far this season?
It's been like a packet of revels, to be honest. You don't know what you're going to get next. Started off really poorly, cost Lee Johnson's job. Actually, a couple of good results in Europe that he keeps going on about. Luzerne annihilated against Aston Villa. Poor start of the season, lost the first 3 league games. He gets sacked. Nick Montgomery's come in and showed signs that he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's trying to implicate into the team tactically and his formation and all that. They've been very inconsistent. But like most teams in the league, they're still within touching distance because there's no team outside Celtic and Rangers that have been consistent enough to pull away into that third spot. So it's been a bit of a mix, but there's a long time to go. You've got the January window coming up. Hopefully, get some money to spend. But this is a big game. They went to Tynecastle, and I think we're pretty fortunate. Eli Johan had a goal in 2 minutes and got the 2 each draw. This is a big game. To go and beat Hearts at home would really put a statement out for Hibs.
Mm-hmm. Right, Lee, what about Hearts' perspective? Have you been impressed with them? Or
I think yes. I think they've been impressive. They've been a little bit stuttery. Right. But they're coming off the back of a really good win at Celtic Park. So the confidence will be up again. The European sort of thing at the start, they were a little bit all over the place. Stephen was under a wee bit of pressure as well. Mm-hmm. But they seem to be now grinding out results. And then obviously, as I've just mentioned, the Celtic Park one. This is a big game for them. And it's not a place Hearts usually do well. So yes, I think it'll be really, really tight though. Mm-hmm. But it's all to play for.
In terms of danger men, of course, Shankland is up top leading the line. But who else do they need to watch out for?
I think they've got a threat. Stephen Kingsley for free kicks. Yeah. I think Vargas should play with his pace. And you've got, I think there's Craig Halkett will be a big one, so it's not really a threat towards the goals, apart from set plays. I think he will bring the defence together and make them a little bit more solid than what they have been.
Yeah, Tam, from a Hibs point of view, Martin Boyle's definitely one to watch, but anybody else that could be key to this fixture?
Yeah, I think Martin Boyle is somebody that's got great experience of this fixture, and I think that counts for a lot. It's 150 mile an hour games. It's probably comparable to Old Firm games. It's frantic. There's not a lot of football gets played. So Martin's one of those guys who scored a couple of goals at Tynecastle not that long ago to win a game. He's the one player I think that Hearts will fear. I don't think there's a lot of players on either side that the teams will particularly fear. I think Hibs will fear Lawrence Shankland because of his goals record and his quality he's got. But I think on the other side of that, I think the Hearts will fear Martin Boyle because his goals against him and his pace. So I think Martin's the one who, if he turns up on the day and plays really well, he could be the difference between winning and maybe getting a draw.
How big is a win psychologically for Hibs?
Yeah, listen, I think it's massive. I played at a time where we really struggled against Hearts. Particularly away from home, but at home, if you can win a game, it just gives the whole club a boost. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be much between both teams, I don't think, all season. I think there's only a couple of points between them, so it's going to be tight between them all season. I think they will be the main contenders for third place. I think Aberdeen could possibly make a late run, but they're a little bit behind the Edinburgh clubs at the minute. So I think psychologically it would be a massive win because it was psychologically big to go and get a draw at Tynecastle, which they've done in the 2 each game. So I think it would really kick-start going into a January window where Hibs could possibly have a good bit of money to spend. To win this game would be huge.
Lee, how was that when you were on the other side of the white line in the technical area, particularly during a derby?
Frustrating. A lot different because if you're playing in the derbies, any game, you can affect it, really affect it. When you're coaching, it's just different. You can maybe help change the formation or bring a sub on, take somebody off that's maybe not playing well. But it's a little bit out of your hands, the coaching side of it. Whereas if you're playing, obviously you can go and try and score a goal or create a goal or, I don't know, affect it right away. So it's can be a little bit frustrating.
Yeah. Did you feel more in control when you were playing rather than maybe being on the bench? Did you prefer it? Be more calm?
Yes, I think that when you were playing, as Lee said, you could affect the game. You're a little bit helpless if you're at the side. So, no, listen, it's a great fixture to play in, first and foremost. And I actually was at Hibs. I think Ruffy was the same. Ruffy never won at Tynecastle. I never beat Hearts in about 14 years, and I've never won at Tynecastle in 7 years. So, historically, Hearts have always kind of had the upper edge on Hibs. But I don't think there's much between the teams this season. And I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
It might come down to a wee bit of quality, a bad decision, whatever. I think it's going to be really, really tight as well.
Does the pressure heighten for Nick Montgomery if it's a defeat for Hibs?
It does, because, you know, as we know, he's going to be mic'd up, which I think,
of course, yeah.
Which I think is going to be something completely different that Scottish football's ever seen. Does he be himself? Does he just do what he always does? Or is he going to be aware that, by the way, I'm going out to millions of people live on TV, I need to watch what I'm saying, I need to come across better than maybe, I don't know how it's going to work out, but if he wins the game, mic'd up and all the access, I think the Hibs fans will think brilliant. If he doesn't, if Hibs get beat, and everything will be scrutinised, his tactics, what he was saying to players, his formation, his subs, because everything's out there and there's nothing to hide.
What do you think the worst case scenario is? Like,
the worst case scenario is Hibs get hammered.
Last minute goal to get beat. How's he taking that? Mic'd up.
Aye.
Assistant facing
With
him.
the camera.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say? What do you say? I don't know. I would say, but it's going to be really interesting to see this. To be honest, it's something that I think a lot of fans will like. They want to see that. You want to see access to the dressing room. You want to see access to players. Listen, we've been in dressing rooms. We know what it's like. But in terms of fans out there who've never been involved in high pressure situations in terms of games, I think it'll be really interesting for them to see what's going on. So, if Hibs win, I think Nick Montgomery will be great. Everything will be great. He'll want to do it again. If Hibs get beat, everything will be scrutinised, including him.
Stephen Naismith, Lee, does the pressure mount on him if it's a defeat for Hearts?
I think the pressure mounts in both managers. If obviously they get beat, I think yes, Stephen's been under a wee bit of pressure. They're sitting quite comfortable where they should be. I think for how Hearts have been since they've come up for the Championship, the board have made it clear that third place is priority. So I think they need to start. They've got a chance before the window to create a little gap. I think yes. I think they'll win the game.
Yeah. Just on your predictions, just on your point rather, before we get the predictions, if you were the assistant manager with the camera on and you concede a last minute goal, what's your reaction? Do you forget that the camera's there? Do you just act normal?
I don't know. It depends on the individual.
You would rip it off and throw it in the park.
Then you need to, if you're assistant, you need to protect your manager, so you can't really face him to show it. That's what I'd be thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation before.
No,
it's
quite unique.
Yes, it's strange.
Right,
it's a strange one.
What are you going for?
I'm going same as Tam, really close, but I'm going to go Hearts just to nick it. 2-1.
2-1, Tam?
Right, I'm going to go the opposite, 2-1, but tight game. I think it can go either way. Both have got match winners in their team, but it might come down to a wee bit of brilliance from an Ellie Youhan or a Boy or a Shankland. But I think Hibs can get the bragging rights at home. Advantage is going to be crucial. 2-1 Hibs.
2-1 Hibs and 2-1 Hearts. Well, Tam and Lee have given their predictions. We would love to hear yours. Thanks for watching.